Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. Hello, LinkedIn. Hello, and welcome. Welcome to you if you are listening live. Welcome if you are listening to the replay. But I want to welcome you. I want to thank you. I'm so glad you're here. I want to thank you for joining me tonight on Expect More Academy. We're only going to be about 30 minutes. That is my commitment to you. I'm not going to keep you longer than that. The Expect More Academy is about mindset shifts and about shifting your expectations so that you can start to get what you want in life, so that you can prepare yourself for your desires. That's what this is all about. So welcome again. If you are just joining, welcome. And if you would share so that we can get others engaged with us. But I want to welcome you. And I thank you again for joining. I know all of us are busy. We got all kinds of stuff that we're doing with our time. But I really want to share with you some thoughts around your expectation level, around what you expect. I always say if you expect more, then you get more. If you expect more, then you get more. So expectation is very important in your getting level in life. So again, welcome. I am Beverly Vaughn, your wake up artist, your also redevelopment catalyst, which are titles that I use in my business, Beverly Vaughn Coaching. I am a coach, mentor, consultant, keynote speaker. I am your girl for tonight. So I want to talk about the power of words. I want to talk here for a moment about the power of words. I want to get into the power of words. And so share this. I know some people are joining, trying to join, going to join. When you come in, say something. I can't really comment on, I can't see who's here basically, but if you make some comments, I might be able to see them, I might not, but I will definitely, I promise you, I will go back and look at them again later. But I want to talk, I want to dig for a moment in the power of words. And I love defining words, definitions. I love etymology, how words are first used, because I believe that that is the intended use from the original, from the beginning. The way words were used is how they were intended to be used. We change them over time. We change them based on what's going on in society and all of that. But I love studying words. I love defining words. And I want to say to you that your expectation level is directly tied to what you get in life. Your expectation level is key. It is directly tied to what you get in life. I often say again, when you expect more, you get more. When you expect more, you get more. So that begs the dialogue, the question, the place that we need to dig into. What is my personal expectation level about my own life? What is my expectation level about all that I do, what I'm going to do? What is my expectation level? Because your expectation level is directly tied to what you get in life. The power of expectation is a key element in manifesting, bringing forth, revealing your desires. Manifestation has to do with unveiling something. So your expectation level is directly tied to what is revealed in your life, to what is manifested in your life. And expectation is intention. Expectation is intention. Intention has to do with directing your mind where you want it to go. It has to do with directing your mind so that you can think the thoughts that will create reality in your life. Every thought is an intention. Every thought is an intention. Every thought is an intention. Hi, Andrea. Welcome, welcome, my love. Welcome to you. Share this, share this, share this, so we can grab some other people in, because this is going to be good. We're only going to be, again, I'm watching my time, 30 minutes. I'm not going beyond that. I don't want to keep you. I am respectful of your time and respectful of overload. We can go into overload when you're hearing too much stuff. It's all good, but we can go into overload. So welcome if you're just joining. Share this. We're talking about the power of language. We're talking about the power of what comes out of your mouth and the power of our creative power tied directly to language and tied directly to what we say. If you desire one thing while expecting another thing, you're sending out two intentions that are conflicting and that oppose each other. So there's already a battle that's going on. So you've got to get clear about the battle, and then you've got to determine who the winner is going to be. Is the winner going to be my desire, or is the winner going to be what I don't desire? Who's going to be the winner? Words create expectation. I said something really good just now. Words create expectation. Words equal language. Words equal language. What language? I have a question for you that I really want you to consider. I want you to ponder it as we're talking about this tonight. What language do you speak to yourself? What language do you speak to yourself about yourself? What language do you speak to yourself about your life? What language do you speak to your children about their lives? What language do you speak to your parishioners, your church members? What language do you speak? Because you are creating with your words. Language is creation. Words equal language. Language equals creation. Much of life, much of what happens in life, much in life has a language it understands and a language that it communicates. Much in life, a language that it understands and a language that it communicates. The language that you use when you are talking about your life is creative. The language that you're using when you talk about or to your children is creative. Your job is creative. Your language, your words, your marriage is creative. Your singleness, you're creating. Words equal creation language. The words that you use about the language that you use when you are talking about money, your money, the language that you use when you're talking about your business. What is the language that is coming out of your mouth? What is the language that you are using every day, daily, each day? Become aware of that. Become conscious of how you talk. Become conscious of what you say. Become conscious of your belief system, and become conscious of, are my words lining up with my belief, as in what I desire, or with my belief in what I don't desire? Because faith works both ways. You can have faith for the good. You can also have faith for the bad. So what language are you speaking over yourself, over your life? Success is learned. It's not automatic. In order to obtain success, you have to, hey, my sister girl, how you doing? My source sister. You have to use language that is creating the reality that you desire, because we're talking about words, we're talking about the power of language. And I want to bring you to a place of understanding why what you speak is so powerful. And I'm not just talking about scripture. I don't want to just talk about scripture, but language is creative. It's creative. And everything in life has a language of its own. So you must learn the language of what you desire. You have to learn the language of what you desire. You cannot have an I know mentality about things that you want in life that you've never had before, because you don't know. And honestly, you don't know what you don't know. And so that's why I am so excited about this particular venture that I'm taking every Tuesday, 7:30, Expect More Academy, because I want to help you build your expectation so that you can get what you want in life. You have to learn the language of what you desire. It takes time, it takes commitment, it takes dedication, but it starts with desire and decisions. Everything you want starts with desire and decisions. Just like your children have a language. And let me just pause right here. You better learn the language of your kids. Learn the language of your children, both small and adult. Learn their language so that you can understand and communicate with understanding as you are talking to them. I'll never forget growing up. Yep, I used to do some stuff that's unseemly. I used to, I was into drugs. I used to get high. And growing up, we had a language that was called Pig Latin. And some of you right here that's listening right now, you know what I'm talking about when I talk about Pig Latin. So we used to be sitting in the living room talking, me and my cousins and stuff. And my aunt Alame, would be listening, God rest her soul, would be listening to what we were saying. And we had no idea that she had educated herself in this way. So we would sit in the living room, and one night we were sitting in the living room speaking Pig language, Pig Latin. And one of the things that we, said is, Etzle, Oge, Et Gay, I hey, Etzle, Oge, Oaksmay, Ointje. And we're sitting there, and we she don't know. We figure she don't know what we talking about. Language, okay? So we start grabbing our stuff. We grab our stuff. We get ready to go out to the terrace and do our thing. And my aunt said, Utwe, Ide, Uye, Ase? Listen, we went into shock mode and ran out the door screaming, because we realized every time we were speaking Pig Latin in the house, she knew exactly what we were saying. See, language carries power. Language carries power. And listen, money has a language. It has a voice. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 19 says, money answereth all things. Money answereth all things. Now, I want to read the whole thing. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 19. It says, a feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. That is an indication that money has a voice and that money has a language. And you must learn the language. You must learn the language of what you desire. You'll never pull in what you want unless you learn the language and begin to speak that language. Poor people speak the language of poverty. I can't is one thing. That's a part of the language of poverty. I can't. That's a poverty mindset. I don't have. That's the language of poverty. And so you have to get rid of that. You have to eliminate that from your vocabulary. You have to eliminate that from your vocabulary because you are creating. It's creative. Your words have creative power. And that I can't will hold you hostage to I can't your entire life unless you change that language. Change I can't to I need to figure out how. Change I don't have to I'm working on how I can make this happen. But don't shut down with I can't. Because I can't remember who quoted this. I think it was Henry Ford, but I'm not really sure. He said, whether you believe that you can or whether you believe that you can't, you're right. Sit there with that for a minute. Whether you believe that you can or believe that you can't, you're right. That becomes your reality. And you're right. Because if you believe you can't, then you'll live your life in the can't lane. If you believe you can, then you will live your life in the can lane. Where do you want to live? What are the words that you're speaking that are coming out of your mouth? What reality are you creating? What is your reality creation? Look at your life. What are you creating? My financial guru tells a story of how she learned to be careful with what was coming out of her mouth, her and her husband. And instead of, saying, don't go to the, we don't have any money in the bank right now. Back in the day, this is going back before they are who they are today. This was going back to who they used to be. She said instead of, it was learned, they learned the importance of language and what was being spoken. So instead of saying we don't have any money in the bank, so don't go to the ATM, she would say it's not feasible for you to go to the ATM right now. It's not feasible for you to put your card in an ATM right now. That's different than we don't have any money, so don't go. That's language. That's language. It's very different. So it is middle class people have a language that they speak. Middle class language is really tied to security, job security, financial security. That kind of stuff is where the middle class mind is creating and stays there. So there's a language. Each class has a language. Wealthy people have a language. And if you don't know the language, you will never draw in the wealth. You won't understand wealth. You must, if you don't do, and let me pause this right here, understand your money. Understand your money, where you are, where it is, how to build it, how to grow it, where you want it to be. Understand money, because that keeps people broke. The lack of understanding money and finance. And it's too easy to get that knowledge today. This is why this power of language, power of this creative power is one of the reasons why I push strategy sessions so hard, because I get to observe your language, what you say. And I can hear where some things need to be corrected and changed and shifted. And I give insight and instruction to help you shift where you are, shift your thinking. It's a game changer. It's a game changer. Understanding money, understanding your words, understanding how you speak, understanding the power of language is a game changer. And I want to define, because I said before, and I'm going to say it again, I love definition. So I pulled up the definition of language, and I want to give that to you here. I want you to understand language. The first definition is, it's simple. It says the words, their pronunciation, and the methods of combining them used and understood by a community. Money has a community of people who understand the language. Poverty has a community of people who understand the language. Come on, come on. The church has a language, a community of people that understand the language of Christianity. Okay, this another definition says a systematic means of communicating ideas or feelings by the use of conventionalized signs, sounds, gestures, or marks having understood meaning. Oh, this is good. This is good. Another definition says the vocabulary and phraseology belonging to an art or department of knowledge. This is all good stuff. This speaks to you understanding when stuff comes out of your mouth, it is creating stuff. So you've got to be careful with toxicity in your words. You've got to be careful with toxic thinking, because out of toxic thinking comes toxic words that create toxic environments. You've got to understand what you are doing when you speak negativity over yourself, over your own life, your own finances. You've got to understand it. Study this. Get detailed in this area of understanding the creative power of words. There's a book that would be very good, because it's one of the reasons why I also push doing affirmations and confirmations, morning, afternoon, night. I do it just like you eat breakfast. You have your morning affirmations and confirmations. You have your afternoon affirmations and confirmations. I am powerful. I am a creative force in the universe. I have the power to create anything that I want to create. I have the power, or I give myself permission to be powerful. I give myself permission to have authority and influence. See, these are confirmations, affirmations that you speak to yourself, and they carry power to encourage you that that is absolutely who you are. And then you begin to make decisions out of the what you have built up internally. And so now you're pulling closer to yourself what you want versus pushing away what you don't want by the words that come out of your mouth. Words carry creative power. Language, there's power in the language that you speak everywhere. And so you must learn the language. I said at the beginning, I'm going to say it again. Success is not automatic. It's learned. And this is why you work with people who can help you. You connect with people who can help you. What good is it to be a business owner and not understand the language of business? To be an entrepreneur, but not understand the language of entrepreneurship, which means the mindset. The mindset. So words have creative power. And we have a tendency to go Bible when that phrase is used. We have a tendency to go Bible when that statement is used. I'm not going Bible. I'm not going Bible. Words have creative power. It is a principle that is in the earth that works. It is a principle that God put in this pattern of life and living that works, the same as gravity that works. Gravity works whether you understand it, whether you like it, don't like it, whether you know about it or not. It works. If I go up on the top of this house and walk off, I'm not going to debate with gravity. I'm not going to fight with it. I'm going to illustrate it because the principle works. You need to learn the principles of the creative power of your tongue. Learn the principles so that you can use your tongue to create what you desire and not create what you don't desire. So because it's a principle, it works. Language works for the saved and the unsaved. It's not Bible. It's not, well, it is Bible, but it's not church or no church. It works for everybody equally. Equally. We all have equal opportunities. We do. Some of us have a little more advantage because of the way we were raised, the way some things, it's much like, money, finances. If you were not raised in wealth, you don't understand wealth. You have to learn it. You have to learn the language. Much of what's going on in your life, and I'm getting ready to end right here because I'm at just about at my 30 minutes. What's going on in your life right now? Much of what you see, much of what you are experiencing is because you said so. Your faith needs to talk positive. Your faith needs to talk the language of what you desire. Live your words and actions. Line them up with what you want and stop lining them up with what you don't want. Stop being okay on a budget. Too many of you are comfortable in a budget life. That is not financial freedom. Budgets, I'm going to mess with people now and get people upset, but I learned this. I believe it. It is the truth. Budgets don't work because budgets are dealing with external issues about how you deal with your finances and never dealing with the internal issues of why you're in a place of the lack of finances, the lack of whatever you need to do. They don't work. So in order to get out of that lifestyle, that way of living, you've got to learn a different way. You've got to get knowledge around something different that will help you come out of budgets and cause you to really be financially free, independent. Financially free is not just rich, wealthy, all of that. Financial freedom equals time freedom. I'm going to say that again. Time freedom. Time freedom. Financial freedom equals time freedom. Not that I'm just rich, because there are many rich people that aren't free with their time. Wealthy people. And I like rich. Rich is a good word. It's in the Bible. People don't like to hear a Bible, rich. I like rich. I like wealth. They're in the Word of God. And God intends for his people to be wealthy. He intends, and not just money, everything, health, mental, every area. Come on. When you're financially free, you can take vacation and don't care. You don't have to budget for it. If you're budgeting for vacation and you take one every 5 minutes, you're wasting money that you should be investing so that you can really vacation I'm messing up. I'm messing up with some people now. But I'm okay with it because I want you better. I want you living a better life. I want you living in a better place. So do what you need to do so that you can get the insight, the wisdom, the understanding, so that you can have the knowledge, so that you can speak the language, so that you can create positivity in your life. Create what you want and stop creating what you don't want. Stop saying no to you. Make you a priority for you. Book a strategy session with me. It's all over my page, everywhere. I want to talk to you. I want to help you with your language and help you get better positioned in life. Okay? Remember, there's power in language. It's creative power. So you've got to make sure you are speaking the right language for what you want and where you want to go. Much of what's going on in your life right now is because you said so. Reach out to me. Let's talk. Inbox me. Whatever. Let's get together. Let's stay connected. I want to help you. It's my heart's passion. It's my heart's passion. Okay? All right. See you next Tuesday.